Court now. The trial against 5 men accused of killing Bafana captain Senzo Meyiwa will resume in the High Court sitting in Pretoria today. He was murdered, you'll remember, back in 2014 in Vosloorus at the home of his then-girlfriend Kelly Khumalo's mother. The arrest of the suspect initially brought hope to the Meyiwa family that they'll finally see justice for their son's death. But the trial itself has been marred by delays, and more recently, the dramatic arrest of Advocate Malesela Teffo, who represents 4 of the accused. So what should we expect today? Well, let's bring in criminal law expert Dr Llewelyn Curlewis, who joins us via our video link. Doc, it's great to have you on the program. Thank you so much for making time. Advocate Malesela Teffo himself saying he doesn't believe that him being an accused in a separate matter is going to affect this particular trial. To what extent do you agree with him?
Well, good morning to everyone. Yes, to a large extent, that is indeed supposed to be the correct position in our law. Remember that we are dealing here with 2 separate matters altogether. The one instance where he himself is the accused, and then the one where he is currently representing 4 of the accused in Senzo's matter. That being said, the choice ultimately is still with the accused who he currently represents. In other words, if they are satisfied that despite his busy schedule attending to his own predicaments, he is still up to it and he can do it and he can perform accordingly and represent them to the best of his knowledge and ability, well, then that's their choice. For as long as he is not being convicted and removed from the role of advocates, he is entitled and has jurisdiction to represent his clients in court.
Yeah, calling it a busy schedule, I guess, is just one way of putting it, isn't it? But it also is not ideal at the very least, because this is a trial that's been, really covered in all manner of conspiracies. Advocate Teffo's own arrest joining a long list of possible scenarios around why that's taken place. I mean, besides the legitimacy of the evidence that's going to be presented, the sideshow, as it were, can also be quite a disruptive sideshow, a disruptive side event.
Yeah, one must always remember that there are 2 aspects that comes to mind here. First of all, we are dealing with human beings. That being said, one must be careful to suggest that a judge or a presiding officer will be unduly influenced by what he or she sees and reads in the newspapers or sees on television. But unfortunately, that is just the way life is. They are not living in a vacuum, so obviously the presiding officer will take cognizance of what is happening around this matter, first of all. The second issue that comes to mind is, you must remember that there's an old saying, justice delayed is justice denied. Now, that is so true because as time goes on, the remembrance, the credibility of the witnesses usually takes a turn for the worse, because you cannot remember exactly what happened, obviously,